All right, finally, on page 319, we are looking at writing equations of vertical and horizontal lines. Okay, all vertical lines are going to be parallel to one another. All horizontal lines are going to be parallel to one another. And vertical and horizontal lines will be perpendicular to one another. All right, so these three pieces of information are worth noting. An equation in the form y equals b is an equation representing a horizontal line where b is the y value in all solutions. So like every single point on that line is going to have the same b value. Okay. The slope of a vertical line will always result in a denominator of 0. Therefore, the slope of a vertical line is undefined. Okay. The equation x equals a is an equation representing a vertical line where a is the x value in all solutions a comma b of the equation x equals a. Okay, so basically a horizontal line is going to be just y equals some number, and a vertical line is just going to be x equals some number. Okay. All right, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the given line. Then give the axis that the line is parallel to, meaning is it parallel to the x-axis or the y-axis? Okay, so y equals 6 is the original line. Here's y equals 6. Okay, remember, if it says y equals some number, that is a horizontal line. So here's the original one. And then they want it to pass through 8 comma 5. Well, if you draw a horizontal line at y equals 5, then it will pass through 0 comma 5, 1 comma 5, 2 comma 5, 3 comma 5, all the way 8 comma 5, all of this, okay? So write the point slope form of an equation and substitute 0 for m because that's the slope. A slope of 0 and an undefined slope are not the same thing, so keep that in mind. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Okay, y minus 1 equals m x minus x1. Y minus 5 equals 0, x minus 8. Do a little math, and you come up with just y equals 5. So the equation of the line parallel to y equals 6 is y equals 5. Okay, the lines are horizontal and parallel to the x-axis. Okay, all right. I think this kind of goes like that. Okay. They give you a new point, 7 comma negative 2, and they give you an equation for a line, x equals 3. If it's x equals some number, remember it's a vertical line. It's going straight up and down. Okay. X equals 3 cannot be written in slope-intercept form because there is no y component in the equation. So using a table of values to graph the equation, find a slope for any ordered pair xy that's a solution to the equation x equals 3, then the x component is always going to be 3. Okay, so down here, I gave you the original line, and over here I made room, it's off the graph, but if it's going to go through a line that's got an x value of 7, then it's going to be a vertical line at x equals 7 because any point along that line is going to be 7 comma something. Okay, they gave you 7 comma negative 2, which is kind of down here, but it would also go through 7 comma 0, 7 comma positive 2, etc. Okay, so the equation of the line parallel to x equals 3 is x equals 7. And the lines are parallel to the y-axis, okay? So vertical lines are parallel to the y-axis, horizontal lines are parallel to the x-axis. All right, and last little tidbit, I'm on page 320. What's the relationship between a line on the x-axis if it is parallel to the y-axis? What's the relationship between a line and the y-axis if it's parallel to the x-axis? Well, if a line is parallel to the y-axis, then the line is perpendicular to the x-axis and vice versa. Okay, all horizontal lines are going to be parallel to the x-axis. All vertical lines are going to be parallel to the y-axis. If it's vertical, it's perpendicular to the x-axis. If it's horizontal, it's perpendicular to the y-axis, etc.